Alright, welcome back to Project Zomboid with our survivor Selena LaRoche here. Waking up bright and early on this, who the hell knows what day it is, day number 2, I suppose. Not sure what the day is going to hold for her. Like I said, she woke up pretty early, but she's not tired or anything, so that's good. I have learned in between episodes that, although I did mention that being tired reduces your damage, I didn't realize just how much. Turns out that even just drowsy reduces your damage by, I think I learned it was like 50% or some nuts number like that. So yeah, definitely don't want to be tired. It's worse than even I realized. So continuing on from last time, our main goal in the short term is going to be to secure this part of the neighborhood that goes up this street here, and then contain, like, to like wall it off. Probably for the time being, I'm gonna wall it like either here or here. Probably like here and here, and then just like extend over time. If I plan on staying here too. I'm not really certain that I'm going to remain in this neighborhood long term. I've done surviving in this kind of area in Muldraw before, so I might want to get out and go somewhere else in the map. Not sure yet. One long-term goal for this series that I want to accomplish if I can is I want to find an RV. This is, I know it might seem a bit random, but I've had the RV interiors mod as a part of my mod packs for a very long time. Like, what, a year and a half I've had this mod as a part of my mod packs, and I still have never found an RV. I'm pretty sure the mod's installed correctly. I think I'm just maybe the least lucky person on the planet when it comes to RVs. So that's one thing I definitely want to try and find while I'm out and about. So let's see what we've got here. I don't need 2 bars of soap on me. For now, eventually I'll sort through this stuff if I decide to stay here long term. I just want to keep like bare necessity sort of things on me. Okay, so I already have soap, actually. Do I have sleeping tablets in here? No. I try to keep like one of each of like useful things on me, like things that are actually like important to have around, and then like a bunch of like ripped sheets or bandages. Everything else can kind of just like stay. So it's 6:20 a.m. I think we're going to get a start on this. I'm a little bit hungry, but I can eat while I'm out. Quick, let's do a little once over of our property here. It's unlikely that anything would manage to be over here because of the tall fences. The zombies can't do anything about these. They can't climb them and they can't break them. So it's not likely that we're gonna end up with a lot of zombies in this kind of enclosed area here. And that's kind of why I want to, like, you know, wall here from the beginning, because it's like a very short distance to wall off. And most of this is unbreakable and unclimbable. But, you know, it's still worthwhile, in my opinion, to check around places that you think are secure every so often. Because the zombies in this are fucking sneaky, and they'll just end up places you really wouldn't expect them to be. Like, very frequently. You'll end up finding yourself surprised by a zombie, and being surprised by a zombie in this is a good way to get yourself killed. So I like to check around a lot. Or, well, I shouldn't say I like to. What I should say is I should do it more often, so I try to force myself, because I get complacent, and that usually gets me killed. Well, that shed is gonna have to be broken into at some point. I have the oh, there's a zombie over here that just saw me. I have the lockpicking mod thing that lets me use the crowbar to pry open doors and stuff. So I'll be able to pry that door open to get into that shed eventually. But right now it's time consuming and it's very exhausting to do that, so I'm not going to do that right now. Why is there so much cake on the floor? I'll eat some floor cake. I'm hungry. Yum. Wow, zombies really fucked this place up, huh? I don't see anything around. But the door and a window are broken, which is quite a bit. Not exactly common to see, there's either a zombie here or upstairs, or maybe in here. Realized my volume was a bit low. Alright, no looting yet. Make sure the place is secure first. Yeah, I think that zombie's outside, like on the other side of the building there. Just make sure. Turn the lights on in here. Yeah, okay. I think it's outside. Let me go deal with that. I don't like leaving myself open like that to zombies. Because, you know, at any moment... Yeah, okay, there you are. At any moment, this guy could just, like, hear me and come in. Backpack, 1560. I don't remember what the duffel bag is off the top of my head. I think it's, like, roughly the same, though. Not great. It's not exactly what I want. Really like the, kind of, like, military rucksack and stuff like that are a better option, but haven't found one yet. I suppose I should be counting myself lucky. The finding a backpack at all sometimes can be a chore in Zomboid. Okay, where the fuck did you come from? Man, I do love the jump scare noise. It's very good at scaring the shit out of me. Ked. Where the hell did that guy even come from? He must have been like leaning up against the fence here, like you know, sitting on the ground next to the fence. He saw me come over and beat this guy to death, and then I didn't notice him. Oh, perspective. Perspective, perspective, perspective. Alright. Anyway, back to what I was doing. I shouldn't be doing this much running. I tend to do it a lot because I get impatient. One thing I need is sheet rope. You should always have sheet rope on you and nails. Because, like, if I get stuck out here, like, and I'm, like, say I have to spend the night at some place, I'll be usually sleeping on the second floor and barricading myself in if it's a house that I'm not, like, you know, sure about. So having a sheet rope and nails on you lets you create a, you know, sheet rope down out of a window. It can save your life, because, you know, if you don't have that set up and ready to go, then either you're gonna have to fight your way out, which could be untenable, or you have to jump out a window and, like, break your legs, which is really not good. Okay, we are in business, though. Carpentry Volume 1. I will definitely take Medical 1 and these lab volumes, too, though. So Carpentry 1 was the big thing we were looking for here, so that I can get started on my building project for, you know, walling myself in. Because you really don't want to do, like, work in this game that involves... I probably said this in the first episode. You don't really want to do work in this game that involves a skill without having read the appropriate skill book for your level. It's just not... Like, you're wasting, You're wasting XP if you do that. And especially with, like, carpentry or, like, metalworking, you really want to maximize the XP that you're gaining, because it takes a long time to level those skills to the, you know, useful extents that you need them at. Because, like, you know, as a beginner at all of these, because of course my character is only good at first aid, really, because I started as a, you know, random doctor. I'm only going to be able to make some very basic and, like, crappy walls and stuff like that. So I really want to... I mean, I'm going to put these walls down and I'm going to somewhat rely on them. But I want to, you know, get enough XP so that I can upgrade those walls before I have to actually, like, rely on them to defend me against a significant amount of zombies. So... And there's, like, a lot of recipes that are actually just, like, straight up locked behind level. So, like, when it comes to, like, I'm not gonna be able to build, like, appropriate gates or anything like that off the bat. I need to get my level up first. So what'll end up happening is, I'll build what I can to, like, get myself safe-ish off the bat. And then I will have to run around and take apart wooden things over and over again. Or... Well, with carpentry, what you can do is you can just, like, make planks as well. It's like decent XP. So, you know, chop down trees and then cut them into planks. Although that's going to be a little bit difficult here, since I'll have to go, like, down here for trees, really. But, you know. Fine. Figure it out. Oh, Yeshiva. I can't. Alright, I was gonna keep going and hit these houses, but I'm gonna go back and drop shit off first. It's only 10, but, you know. I'm gonna come back out. It's just... I don't want to be encumbered, and this duffel bag is already, like, kind of full. Real fast, I'm gonna just hit over here and kill this guy. I don't like leaving zombies, even if this guy's, like, kind of out of the way and not in, like, you know, my actual, air quotes, like, safety zone. Leaving zombies alive near your base is kind of just bad. This doesn't usually end up going well, so. Clear him out before he becomes a problem. Because, like, you never know when, like, a guy over here will decide, oh, I'm gonna wander over here, and then, like, say I'm walking up this walkway here one day, this sidewalk, and then, like, maybe, I don't know, I get distracted in real life, and then he just, like, goes here and bites me. And that's just over, right? I'm speaking from experience here because I've had shit like that happen to me before, where it's like, oh yeah, this guy's fine, I'm not worried about that random zombie all the way over there, and then that comes back to bite me in, like, you know, a few days or weeks later, and it's just like, ah, great, okay. I wish I killed that guy, because then I probably wouldn't be dead right now. Okay. One thing I gotta remember is that... Alright, let's do the food first. There is that car that we found, so I gotta remember to go and get that at some point. I still remember it. I just, you know, there's no real use for it yet. I'm not going that far out, so I'm not really that worried about vehicle transport. What do I want to do with this? Do canned stuff here. Try and organize stuff. I'm gonna operate under the assumption that I am going to stay here for a while, so that it's better to assume that I'm gonna stay here and therefore I should organize things accordingly, rather than being like, oh, I might not stay here, so I'm not gonna organize anything, and then later on, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, actually I am gonna stay here, and now everything is a fucking mess, and I have to deal with that. I'm gonna put this bread in the fridge and it'll stay a little longer. fuck am I hearing? Huh. I swear I was hearing like a zombie growling. Oh, good. It must be over the wall right here somewhere, probably. That gunshot was a meta event. There's no NPCs in the game yet, not until build 43, I think, is when they're planning on adding them. So that was just like, you know, the game director deciding, oh, it's a bit too quiet. Let's put a gunshot in so that zombies go towards that. So it was like, you know, the meta event happened off in that direction, so zombies from like here could walk that way, which could be bad for me, but again, there's not that many zombies left in this area, so I think we'll be okay. We might have some moving in down the street, though. I don't know, I can't see that far. Anyway, I should have emptied my bag more. I wasn't thinking about it. I got distracted by that, that over-the-fence zombie sound. Oh well. It's fine. We cleared up a good bit of space there by getting rid of, like, the pineapple and stuff, so... I'll be right there. That I'm gonna leave because it's kind of far away from my base. I'm not worried about that. That guy's wandering the opposite direction of the gunshot, which is funny. Director's really going ham on just like random noises. Wolf noise, also not in animals. Although that's the next build. There should be... Well, I don't think wolves are going to be in the next build. I think it's just like... kind of like, what, like sheep, cows, chickens, stuff like that. Really looking forward to the addition of animals, though. Waiting to see if there was an alarm. Is one of the... I mean, like... Partially, companionship in general is pleasant in these kind of games. So, like, an example that I tend to think about a lot when it comes to, like, comparing these kind of survival games to each other, and not, like, in a competitive way, but, like, in terms of features, is Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. And that game has, you know, all sorts of animals and... NPCs and stuff like that. So, you know, in that game, there can be a lot of, like... What's the word I'm looking for? Like, personal value in that sort of thing. Like, one thing I can think of is, like, in a playthrough where, like, I found a cat and then, like, air quotes, like, tamed it, like, befriended it. And that was, like, extremely rewarding for me. Like, it wasn't... West Point. It wasn't, like, you know, hugely valuable in terms of, like, resources or anything like that. Like, it's not like the cat, like, brought much to the table. But, like, the idea of returning to my base because, well, you know, I got my cat there. I gotta take care of my cat. Like, you know. It may sound silly when it's just, you know... a little thing in a game and it doesn't really necessarily do much, but like, you know, pets are important. AR pattern stuff, it's probably not going to end up being relevant, but maybe. I'm not worried about electrical right now. Just try and remember these are out here. Generally I wouldn't even like, I wouldn't do what I'm doing here, which is just like leaving books behind. Like, if you see a book and you're like, I don't think I have that, you should probably just take it. For me, it's just like, electrical is such a pain in the ass skill that I'm just like, I'm gonna bother with it right now. Eventually, I will need to because you need to have a certain electrical and mechanics skill to be able to hotwire cars, which is pretty important. Because, you know, without hot wiring, you're stuck to only... Oh, hello. So I do have to fight you in the end. Took your damn time fucking coming over here, though. Without hot wiring, you sort of just have to rely on finding keys for cars, which is luck-based and not exactly likely. Ooh, boy. So obviously you want to, you know, you want to get hot wiring so that you can, get more vehicles. You know, hot wiring has downsides in multiplayer, but, like, because, you know, a hot-wired vehicle can be driven by anyone. Like, you don't need the key to be able to use it. So in multiplayer, hot wiring could be, like, you know, seen as having downsides. Not in single player, though. There's literally no downside to hot wiring every car you see in single player. Or, like, you know, cooperative, like, where there's no other players that aren't, like, playing directly with you. Because if you have vehicles with keys in multiplayer, where, like, it's just people that are all on the same team, then you run the risk of being like, oh man, I need a car really quick in an emergency, but then, you know, oh, I don't have the key. The guy who has the key is out, you know, the one who needs to be rescued, but he has the key to this vehicle, so I can't use it, sort of thing. Hence, in cooperative multiplayer, just hotwire every car you see. Then everyone can just use every car and it's fine. And of course, in single player, there's no reason not to just hotwire every single car that functions, right? There's no real complexity to the system. If you can hotwire, then you just, you know, just attempt to hotwire until it works. There's no failure state for hotwiring in the game, so. Let's just take a peek again, let's see what's going on over here. Eventually, I don't want to say I've been... I guess I have been kind of lucky so far. Oh, hello. Well, I don't want to go into a window that you're at. Oh, I don't... Stair windows are very awful. She's probably going to break that window before... Whatever, I'm just gonna let her break the window. What I was gonna say is I don't want to say necessarily that I've been super lucky so far, but I haven't run into any house alarms, which is pretty lucky for me. Usually by now I would have run into like 1 or 2 house alarms. Yeah, there it is. Another one in there. I hear him at the door. Maybe 2 of them. Oh, fuck. Stop, stop, stop. Okay. Yes, me. So if I remember... What, is he upstairs? If I remember correctly, that's the zombies, like, talking is a mod in this pack. Oh boy, vision, please. Okay, so he's in here. Get the hell out of here, old man. Okay, the zombies talking is a mod that, like, kind of makes them sort of remember, like, have memories of, like, when they were still human, sort of thing. It's kind of like a, like, creepy kind of psychological horror kind of idea. Nothing, like, drastic, but, you know, just, like, a little bit of flavor to, like, you know, these were people once. Oh, hell yeah. Sort of idea. It's nice. It's a nice little flavor mod. Makes things a little bit more creepy. There's a bunch of mods like that for this game. I'm not using the other one that comes to mind, I think. Yeah, I'm not using it. There's another mod that can make your character have nightmares. So, like, you'll just, like, wake up and be like, oh my god, I had a nightmare, sort of thing. And then there's, like, a written, like, a little, like, text blurb of like what your character dreamed about, sort of thing. I think it's just called like Dreams or something like that. Good mod. Not in my current pack. I don't remember necessarily why. Probably just didn't think about adding it because I had to like. It was in a mod pack that I played with a friend of mine a year or two ago, and then I had to like redo all of my mods for this game. So I probably just got lost in the wayside, if I had to guess. Pretty cool mod though. So what I'm doing right now in like taking all of these like perishable foods from the fridges, I wouldn't exactly recommend that in this situation because I don't have a generator yet, or the generator magazine for that matter. So taking perishable foods to bring back to my base to like have there is actually just kind of not bad per se, but like not particularly useful. Like potentially I'm wasting time and effort in doing that because I could not find a generator in time and then the power goes out and all this shit goes rotten. Though if that does happen, you know, and I notice the power's gone out, okay, I've got to, you know, then you're faced with a decision, right? Like, I mean, that's the nice thing about these games is that you're often faced with like critical decision points where it's like, okay, I've got these options, what should I do here? That's one of those decision points where it's like, okay, do I go all out and just go to every single spot that could have a generator or the generator manual, as the case may be? Usually it's the manual that holds you up. Or do I take everything perishable that I have right now and just cook everything and just eat a bunch of cooked food, right? Typically, I just choose the first option. You know, just like, okay, I'm gonna go to every spot that I can and just try and get the book as hard as possible or die trying, sort of thing. Sort of depends on what kind of a situation you find yourself in, really. Let me close these. Did I close that outer door? I did. Okay, a little bit more sorting. I'm leaving this in the video because it's not going to take me very long. And then I'm just going to be going right back out. I will be cutting some longer form stuff. Like, you won't be seeing me do the book reading stuff I'm going to have to do later. Because, like, at some point I have to read Carpentry 1 and start working on the walls. The actual wall construction I'll probably leave in the video, but the sitting still in a room reading a book part is, how do I keep missing shit? Am I blind? The sitting still in a room reading a book thing, not gonna be kept in the video. I'll be just, you know, fast forwarding time through that, so it's not like you'll miss much. It's just kind of irrelevant stuff. Okay. Just finish off the canned stuff. I'm just going to go over here then, take everything else and dump it on the floor. We're running out of time for this day. It's already 4:40, so I just want to get back out there and hit one more house or two before I run out of time and have to come back. Or, you know, stay the night wherever I am. Depends on how safe it looks. Generally, I don't find myself having issues with nighttime zombie, you know, problems very often. So I don't particularly mind. Oh wait, where's those nails? I need... It should be, what, B box of nails? So I don't really mind staying out places, but when I'm this close to my main base, this just sort of tends to be a little bit better. Actually, I can save a little bit of time. I don't particularly like climbing over large things like that because, you know, it's kind of risky. You're taking a blind leap. You can't see on the other side. But I did just pass right by here. I didn't see anything. So I decided that there's no real risk in just climbing that. Because it speeds up the amount of, you know, I don't have to go all the way around. So it takes less time for me to get the hell back over here so I can check some stuff out. If I remember correctly, there's a couple of houses on that main road, too, near the end that I still need to hit, but... pretty hungry. I'll have to chow down on the fridge of whatever place I find here. Ugh. So there's the end of the street. It's a good spot to block off eventually when I want to take a... Ooh, wow, it's another barricaded place. I'm kind of lucky here. Usually you don't see these barricaded survivor homes like that close to each other. Or at least I don't. Usually I find like one of those in all of Moldra. Hello, anybody home? I should check out back first. Let's be diligent. Nothing much. While I've been lucky in terms of house alarms, I certainly haven't been lucky in terms of locked windows. And again, I could pry one of these windows open. It's actually the, because it's a skill, lock picking right here. It's a modded skill. And, windows are the best. Oh, nice, open door. Song is so weird. I keep thinking it's like zombie growling, but it's just a song. Can I turn the lights on, please? Thank you. Oh, the fishing show is on. A lot of shit on right now. Well, don't mind this. I mean, I haven't read the fishing book, so this is just like, you know, kind of a waste to watch this, but like, I don't even know if there is a fishing VHS. I assume there is, because I think there is a VHS for every skill. But, I don't really care that much. I mean, fishing isn't something that I find that useful in this game, or at least I've never, like... I've never had the opportunity, really, to do much fishing in Zomboid. I actually really like fishing in games. I thought so. Anyway, like I was saying, I really actually like fishing in games. I tend to do a lot of fishing in various different games, especially like MMOs and stuff like that. So actually, I would like to do some fishing in Zomboid if I can get set up and stuff like that. But usually, I just don't have. I've never really found the time for it. I usually end up spending all my time trying to set stuff up, trying to like stabilize and get to a really good position, level skills, get, you know, weapons and stuff like that. And then inevitably something happens where it's like I stop playing for a while because I'm like doing something else, or I get bitten and I die, and I don't really have time to like set up and do that. One thing I've talked about doing in the past, like when I'm playing with friends and stuff, is, you know, finding an RV and then taking that out and going on like a long-term fishing trip, because I would love to do that in game. But I can't find RVs to save my life, so... Is this still... No, stale, uncooked. I don't know. Okay, there's a bunch more canned stuff here. I don't want the gelatin mix, really. If I'm desperate, I'll come back for it eventually, but I don't really care for the mixes. That's probably a mistake. I mean, they're probably pretty, like, good. All you gotta do is just use water with them, right? But I ain't got time for that right now. Character's getting tired. It's getting pretty late, too, so I'm gonna have to head back soon. What's this out here? Canned sardines. I can eat that. Rip that open real quick. Generally, eating canned stuff before the power goes out is kind of a waste, but I didn't check this bookshelf. Cooking 1. That's nice. Take that for the other thing. I don't think I have volume 1 for laboratory equipment. Ooh. That is a good vinyl. And I could always use more hammers, please. Okay. So there's a couple zombies across... Hello there. It turns out they aren't across the street. Now, they probably saw me by now, because I'm not exactly the sneakiest person. And by that I mean, like, I have no sneaking skill. They didn't see me at all. Okay, never mind. Alright, well, we're gonna head back home. I don't want to... Now that I know how bad even just drowsy is, I really should include the, there's a mod that lets you see, like, the exact effects of different moodlets over here. I should really add that to the pack. I might do that in between episodes. If I do, I'll make note of it next time. I really should do that, because I honestly didn't know until recently. I just, like, randomly read something where people ended up talking. I think it was on the subreddit, which I occasionally go to. People were talking about, like, how bad it is being tired, which I know. I mentioned that in the previous one. Like, I knew that being tired isn't good for combat, but, like, even just drowsy apparently kicks your damage down by, like, just an absurd amount. I think it was like 50% or something like that, like I said before, which is quite crazy. I thought that was, like, I thought that you didn't get to that much of a malice until, like, actually tired, like level 2, but being tired really sucks if you're trying to fight. Okay, this stuff is trash. I need to put this stuff somewhere. I'm just gonna put it by the door. Eventually I'll get a trash can. Or just dump it on a zombie corpse. So let's try and avoid the food. I'll leave that. Anything else just goes here. The food I'll sort away real quick. And then I'll see if I can do a little bit of reading before bed. I'll probably cut out, but... Not a bad little day, but this is still the easy part. Starting off in this area and then looting around these neighborhoods is always pretty easy and safe. So, I mean, you know, it's not that big of a deal that, like, you know, oh, we got some food and stuff and didn't die. Whoopee. Like, yeah. Like, yeah, it's good, but it's not particularly impressive, especially because, like, of the stuff that we still need. Oh, I need that carpentry book. Because, like, the biggest thing, as I mentioned before, is we need to find the generator magazine and a generator to go along with it before the power goes out, or we're going to lose everything in the fridge no matter what. Which is quite unfortunate, and it will probably be the case that I won't find the magazine in time, because I have really bad luck with it, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Alright, here we are on the third day. It is a foggy morning out, it looks like. Not a very good day for exploring. And I think I'm going to end the episode here. It's been going on for quite a bit. I probably should have ended it before I went to bed, but you know, it's fine. We can just we can pick it up from here in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Very much so appreciate it. You know, typical YouTuber nonsense. You know, if you have any suggestions or comments, I genuinely appreciate it. And don't forget, if you want to support the channel, I should mention this, that down in the description are links to Patreon and Ko-fi now. Eventually I'll be coming up with some sort of more things to do with that, but for the time being, it is as it is. Anyway, once again, thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next one, where we're going to finish off looting this neighborhood and move on to looking for that generator magazine more fervently.